Today we're taking a detailed look at the 2025 Tata Tiago EV, the latest iteration of India's affordable electric hatchback from Tata Motors. We'll cover the design and styling, powertrain and performance, range and charging, interior and features, safety, driving experience, real-world trade-offs, and finally whether it makes sense today. Let's begin. Design and exterior. The 2025 Tiago EV doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it does bring a fresh look that's subtle yet meaningful. You'll recognize it as part of the Tiago family: compact hatch form, 5-door layout, friendly proportions. But Tata has given it EV-specific touches to distinguish it from the combustion version. On the front you'll see a closed grille treatment, since no grille airflow is needed, highlighted by blue accents that signal electric. The headlamps are LED units and there are LED DRLs. The roof is offered in dual tone. A contrasting color roof adds a youthful, urban vibe. The alloy wheels adopt a hyper-style design, which again gives the hatch a modern edge. From the side the profile remains compact, wheelbase approximately 2,400 mm, length approximately 3,769 mm, according to spec sheets. The closed grille, blue detailings and EV badging signal this is the electric version. At the rear you get sporty tail lamps, shark fin antenna and subtle EV badging to remind you it's not a petrol ICE model. Overall the design works well for its intended urban audience. It's fresh yet familiar, economical yet stylish. For many buyers, the styling will be enough, rather than wow, but given the price segment that's appropriate. Powertrain, range and charging. Now to perhaps the core of an EV: how far it can go, how it charges, how it drives. For the 2025 Tiago EV the headline figures are 2 battery pack options, a medium-range Mr. version with 19.2 kWh and a long-range LR version with 24 kWh. On the LR version, the claimed IDC range is about 293 km. For the Mr. version, a claimed approximately 223 km range is cited in some sources. Motor output is around 55 kilowatts, approximately equals 75 horsepower, and 114 Nm of torque for the 24 kWh pack. The 19.2 kWh version gets around 45 kilowatts, approximately equals 61 horsepower, and 110 Nm. Tata claims 0 to 60 km/h in 5.7 seconds for the LR version. Charging times. For the LR version with 24 kWh battery you get AC home charging via 7.2 kilowatts wall box in approximately 3.6 hours 10-100%, or via 3.3 kilowatts in approximately 8.7 hours. Some sources give AC approximately 6.9 H for Mr. DC fast charging 10-80% is claimed at approximately 58 minutes. What this translates to: for city use and short daily commute the numbers are good. The 293 km claimed is solid for the segment. Real-world range will be less, we'll come to this. The dual battery pack option allows buyers to choose a lower price and lower capacity version if the daily usage is modest. Interior and features. Stepping inside the Tiago EV you'll find that Tata has focused on delivering good value for money with features that punch above the price. On the dashboard side you'll find a touchscreen infotainment system, floating screen, that supports wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The instrument cluster is digital, at least partially. The steering wheel is smart multi-function. The upholstery in top trims is dual tone. The door handles have piano black inserts, shark fin antenna outside, etc. Comfort and convenience features include automatic climate control, region braking levels, 4 levels, electric ORVM adjust, rain sensing wipers etc. on some trims. Space-wise. Despite being a city hatchback, seating for 5, boot space about 240 liters, in hatch class range, and decent leg room for a car of this size. Build and quality. Given the price point, the materials are acceptable. There are parts where hard plastics show, but overall the feel is decent for the segment. Overall the interior gives you a competent package. Urban usability, modern infotainment, connectivity, reasonable comfort. For buyers upgrading from an ICE city hatch, the shift to EV in this car is fairly seamless. Safety and practicality. In terms of safety, the 2025 Tiago EV adds features you'd expect in this era of EVs and city cars. For example, a tire pressure monitoring system (TPMS), hill hold control, electronic stability program (ESP), reversing camera with guidelines. Standard safety features include dual front airbags, ABS with EBD, rear parking sensors. Boot space and ride height (ground clearance approximately 166 mm) are suitable for typical Indian road conditions. From a practicality perspective, the charging infrastructure and home charging are key. The battery location under the rear seat means you still get decent interior space packaging, common design in city EVs. The relatively small battery compared to larger EVs means less weight and smaller dimension compromises. One thing to remember: riding comfort. NVH suppression in EVs is good. The quietness is a plus in urban commuting, but at higher speeds you'll still hear road tire noise more than luxury EVs given the segment and cost. Driving experience. Let's talk about how the Tiago EV feels on the road. In urban traffic, as you'd expect from an electric motor, the instant torque is a big advantage. The drive is smooth, the pickup from standstill is lively, and the car feels agile and easy to maneuver in city conditions. Reviewers have noted that in sport mode the car shows good responsiveness. The steering is on the lighter side, which helps in tight city conditions but may lack feedback at higher speeds. On the highway, the Tiago EV can manage, but it's not built for high-speed cruising like premium EVs. For example, one review noted that despite the claimed acceleration, the car's performance starts to wane past approximately 90 km/h. Also, real-world range drops faster when traveling at higher speeds with AC on and external temperature high. Range and charging behavior in real life. In one test they drove from full charge to 7% and achieved approximately 134 km in hot summer with AC. The claimed IDC range was 293 km, but in that test conditions it fell significantly. So while the claimed numbers are generous, it's realistic to expect lower in daily usage. Something like 200 to 230 km with careful driving and favorable conditions for the LR version is reasonable. Regenerative braking works well, with adjustable levels letting you match the deceleration feel to your liking. For urban commuting this helps recoup energy and reduce brake wear. Ride and handling. The Tiago EV is tuned for comfort rather than sporty handling. Suspension soaks up typical bumps well for city surfaces. Because it's relatively light compared to large EVs, it feels nimble. For daily commuting the driving experience is very good. If you want rapid long-distance performance or high-speed luxury feel, you'll notice segment limitations. Ownership, running cost and charging infrastructure. One of the major advantages of the Tiago EV is lower running, maintenance cost compared to an ICE hatch. Electricity cost per kilometer is much lower than petrol, fewer moving parts to maintain, no clutch gearbox. For the urban buyer with home parking, allowing overnight charging, this is compelling. However, note that home charging requires a dedicated charger installation or at least access to a 15A plug or 3.3 kW wall box. Public DC fast charging infrastructure is still growing in many parts of India, and overseas markets, so planning is important. Some sources mention that real-world charging availability and speed can affect usability. If your daily commute is long or you frequently travel interstate, you'll need to consider the charging network. For a city-centric buyer this is less of an issue. Battery warranty. While I didn't find a specific lifetime warranty for this model in all markets, recent broader announcements by Tata include extended warranty programs for EV batteries. For example, other Tata EVs were given lifetime battery warranty, so when you evaluate ownership, check the local warranty terms and service network. Resale value. EV resale is still developing in India. However, Tata being a well-established brand and the Tiago being an affordable EV gives some confidence. The smaller battery pack, 19.2 kWh, may see more depreciation than the larger pack, since buyers may prefer longer range. Segment leading cost. The Tiago EV is priced from around 7.99 lakh rupees, ex-showroom, for the base Mr. version in India, going up to about 11.14 lakh rupees for the LR top variant. This gives it a strong value proposition in the EV space today. Pros and cons. Balanced view. Let's summarize the strengths and limitations. Very strong value for money in the EV hatch segment. Decent range, good features, modern styling. Excellent for city use. Instant torque, smooth drive, agile handling, quiet. 2 battery pack options let buyers match need to budget. Tata's EV ecosystem, charging, service, is growing, brand trust is good. Good practicality for typical urban lifestyle. Manageable size, 5 seats, decent boot, modern features. Real-world range lower than claimed under heavy use, AC, highway driving. As one test achieved only approximately 134 kilometers in tough conditions compared to a claimed approximately 293 kilometers. Limited high-speed highway capability. Performance is more tuned for city rather than long haul. Charging infrastructure still evolving. If you don't charge at home, you'll need to plan carefully. Smaller battery means fewer buffer for long trips. If you travel a lot, you may face range anxiety. As hatch segment EV, refinement and premium feel will lag higher segment EVs. Ride, noise, cabin insulation might not match luxury EVs. Should you buy the 2025 Tiago EV? For whom and why? So, should you buy it? The answer depends on your lifestyle, commute patterns and budget. If you are an urban commuter, with mostly city driving, short daily distances, say under 50 to 70 km per day, access to home charging, and you want to switch to electric to reduce running cost, simplify your drive, and still stay within an affordable budget, the Tiago EV is a very strong choice. It ticks almost all the boxes for that use case. Stylish, modern, efficient. If however you regularly doing long highway drives, intercity journeys, or rarely have access to home overnight charging and want top-level high-speed performance, long range, then you might find yourself pushing the limits of the battery charging infrastructure with this car. You may want to consider a larger battery EV or an ICE EV mix. In short, for city-centric, budget-conscious buyers wanting to go electric, yes, highly recommended. For heavy use, highway-centric, long-range seekers, there are trade-offs. Final thoughts. The 2025 Tata Tiago EV demonstrates how far affordable electric mobility has come in India and similar markets. It offers a compelling combination of value, modern EV experience, practical urban usability and brand trust. It may not be perfect for all use cases, but for what it is designed to do, an everyday electric hatch for city life, it does it very well. For your channel, Auto Motor, this model offers a strong story, electric made affordable and practical. You can structure your video with B-roll showing city driving, charging scenarios, home, public, range test footage, interior features, and perhaps comparisons to small petrol hatchbacks to emphasize savings. If I were to highlight one key message, the Tiago EV isn't trying to be a luxury EV or a long-haul workhorse. It's designed to make EV ownership accessible. And for that, it delivers.